Hello guys, hope you all are doing well today. Welcome to ID Talk TV. In this video, I will bring you some of the latest happening in the world of football, and I will bring you the latest on Daniel Levy. Also the latest on Newcastle United, who have actually gotten a new CEO following the medical leave of the outgoing CEO. I'll bring you the latest on Chelsea players who are on international duty and some interesting news in the world of football. Okay, stay tuned. Let me take you right in, as a lot is going down in the world of football, despite league football not happening this weekend. Okay, let's dive into it. Couple of days, Tottenham Hotspur announced in their official X handle that Daniel Levy has departed the club, and that actually takes so many people aback, and lots of reactions have actually trailed that particular departure of Daniel Levy from Tottenham Hotspur. Personally, I felt I received that as a shock. Daniel Levy, there was no prior notice, no prior information to that, but it appears as a very surprising and shocking news to see Daniel Levy actually leave his position. One man I felt will always remain at Tottenham Hotspur as the CEO of the club. But let's take a look at the latest that is coming in from that departure of Daniel Levy. Check this out. Daniel Levy was not aware he would be stepping down as Tottenham Hotspur chairman until just a few hours before the club's official announcement. That's interesting. Daniel Levy was not even aware that he will be stepping down as Tottenham Hotspur CEO. And that's why personally I said that news actually took me by surprise, that Daniel Levy stepped aside. It was indeed a very shocking news to see Daniel Levy stepping down from his position as Tottenham Hotspur CEO. But it is what it is. It is football. Anything and everything is quite possible. But one credit I will give to Daniel Levy leaving Tottenham Hotspur at this particular point in time is the way he has actually handled the transfer market for Tottenham Hotspur this season. Because going forward, Tottenham have actually made a couple of signings, and they actually started the league very well. So far, they have played 3 league matches. They defeated Burnley in their opening match by 3-0. Went away to Etihad Stadium, defeat Pep Guardiola Manchester City by 2-0. And coming back home at White Hart Lane, they lost 1-0 to Bournemouth. The more reason, personally, I don't take Tottenham so serious because of their inconsistency. But the news on ground is Daniel Levy is no longer the CEO of Tottenham Hotspur. So in the coming days, we will get to see who Tottenham Hotspur will be unveiling as the club new CEO. Now, talking about CEOs, there is a change of guards at the St. James's Park, as Newcastle United also have unveiled the new CEO of the club, following the medical leave of the incumbent, and there have been change of guard. Newcastle United now have a new CEO. Let's take a look at the report. Check this from Ben Jacob. Newcastle United confirmed David Hopkinson as the club new chief executive officer. It starts on Friday. Outgoing CEO Darren Hills will be part of the handover process before stepping down in September. Hills has been on medical leave before returning this week to support Hopkinson's arrival. Hopkinson joined Newcastle United after serving as president and chief operating officer at Madison Square Garden Sports. Here is what Hopkins have to say after he was being received as the new CEO of Newcastle United. Hopkinson, I am incredibly honored to join Newcastle United at such an exciting time in the club's history. This club represents something truly special. It has extraordinary history and heritage, incredibly passionate supporters and ownership, players and staff who are committed to excellence. And also, the club owner, the Saudi group chief executive, have this to say: Yasser Rumayyan. David is an outstanding executive whose track record across global sport and entertainment speaks for itself. His experience and strategic capabilities will be invaluable as we continue to build on the club's presence on the club's presence locally and grow it globally and on and off the pitch. And also, Jimmy Ruben have this to say about the Newcastle United new CEO. David's arrival as CEO comes at a crucial time for the club, and I am confident that it will prove to be an excellent fit for the role. So, Newcastle United have actually announced and unveiled the new CEO, talking about David Hopkinson, and he's quite excited to be part of the Newcastle United project. Like he said in his speech, he loves the heritage of the club and the owner and also the fans. So we hope to see how he can bring changes and also be of good productivity to Newcastle United in order to guide them on trophies. But as it is now, it is change of guards in Newcastle United. David Hopkinson is the new CEO of Newcastle United. Okay, let's switch to Chelsea Football Club to see some of the latest happening in football. It is no doubt that this weekend, league football across Europe is not there as players have traveled for international duties. Some are on Club World Cup qualifications and also some on international friendlies. But even without league football this weekend, players are making names for themselves and records are being set. And one man who has actually set a record for himself is the Chelsea 18-year-old Brazilian international, talking about Willian Estêvão, who have actually turned out to be the second youngest footballer in Brazilian history to score in a match. Check out this report. Art is coming from Fabrizio Romano. Willian Estêvão scored his first goal for Seleção. New era for Brazil has started. The report went on to say Estevao became Brazilian's second youngest ever goal scorer in a competition match last night since Pelé in 1958. Ronaldinho is fourth. That's quite interesting. Estevao, Willian, João Pedro, and Andre Santos are all in Brazil for the international duty. And over the weekend, they actually played their match, and which they actually won 3-0. And Estevao Willian was one of the goal scorers in that game, with Carlo Ancelotti as the national team manager of the Seleção. Estevao Willian became the second youngest player to score for the Brazil national team after Pelé in 1958. At 18 years old, Estevao has set that record. Ronaldinho, who was previously third, now is the fourth in that rank. So, congratulations to Estevao Willian. Great lad, doing great things, both for clubs and country. And talking about Estevao Willian, João Pedro and Tosin Adarabioyo had a conversation about Estevao Willian. And here's the conversation, what they say, what Tosin Adarabioyo actually said about Estevao Willian. Check this out. João Pedro and Estevao, mate, is from the street. You can see he is natural, Tosin said to me. João, wow, Estevao is amazing, playing for Brazil and Chelsea at 18. Oh my God, he's going to be like Vinicius. Tosin Adarabioyo actually likened Estevao Willian to Vini Jr. and is amazed how the young lad with who is just 18 have actually broke into the Brazil national team and currently playing for Chelsea. He came into Chelsea personally with his track record that I personally have seen. I knew this guy was not coming to sit on the bench. He has said so much even before arrival that he can't wait to play alongside Cole Palmer. And indeed, he came and actually hit the ground running. Estevao Willian is a great player. And as a Chelsea fan, we are very much delighted, very happy to have him. To see him do great things at 18. The way, the courage he carries on the ball, he moves the balls like Zinedine Zidane, and the intelligence on the ball like that of Neymar Jr. in the Brazil. So I want to say this is a good one for Chelsea and also for the Brazil national team. Seeing Estevao Willian at 18 exhibiting this kind of talent, and it's very strong, confident on the ball without any fear. Kudos to Estevao Willian, and hope to see you break more records and achieve great things as a Chelsea footballer and also with the Brazil national team. talking about João Pedro. João Pedro actually went on, when he was asked, to say what the manager, talking about Enzo Maresca, actually told him when he arrived Chelsea. A lot is quite expected from João Pedro, but this is what Enzo Maresca said to João Pedro when João Pedro arrived Chelsea. Check this out from Mr. Don Smith. João Pedro, when I arrived in the USA, Enzo said, I want you as a number 9. In training, he says, João, you need to be more clinical in this part. Make a touch to the right here. I love this kind of coach. If you don't get the feedback, it's difficult to improve. That was Enzo Maresca talking to João Pedro. The manager himself, being very intelligent manager, I've actually seen what he wants João Pedro to do for the club. And he said, I want you to play as a number 9 in that number 9 position. And you have to be very clinical in that area. And João Pedro welcomed that idea, welcomes the manager's tactical point of view, which he actually viewed the player. And so far, João Pedro have not actually failed. We look at how he has started in Chelsea, with Chelsea in the Premier League. João Pedro have gone on to score 2 goals and have created 2 assists. Credits to João Pedro. Good start with his Chelsea career. We hope to see great things from João Pedro. And he didn't stop there. He said it to himself confidently that he wants to achieve great things just the way the legendary Didier Drogba did with Chelsea. This is what João Pedro have to say. João Pedro hope to match what Didier Drogba achieved. For sure, because I have good players around me, step by step, but I need to stay humble. If we won the Premier League and Champions League, it will be a top season. And if you win titles, you can be a legend. That's good dream. That's Chelsea mentality. And João Pedro is actually looking up onto Didier Drogba, the way Didier Drogba actually achieved great things with Chelsea. So he's putting himself in that position that he wants to match up Didier Drogba's record. And if we can go on to win the Premier League and the Champions League, he stands a chance of becoming a legend of the club. And that is his target, because right now, Didier Drogba is a legend. And that is the step, and that is the angle of which João Pedro is actually looking at. I love that spirit. That is the Chelsea spirit. And we hope to see João Pedro do great things with Chelsea Football Club. Okay, still talking about players on international duty. One man with the French national team, Kylian Mbappé, have actually equals the record of Thierry Henry when it comes to goal scorer with the French national team. Here is the report from goal side. Kylian Mbappé nets his 51st goal for France, drawing level with the legendary Thierry Henry as the men's second all-time top scorer. Fabrizio Romano went on to say, Kylian Mbappé scored his 4th goal in 4 games this new season for club and country, and reaches 51 goals for France, second best scorer ever, same as Thierry Henry. I think Kylian Mbappé so far is having a good season, and Fabrizio Romano said he has scored 4 goals in 4 games for both club and countries, and he has actually equaled the record of Thierry Henry, second best in the French national team history. And definitely he still have a lot of playing times in his career, and who knows, he might just turn out to be the number 1 in with the French national team. And we hope to see Kylian Mbappé do great stuff with Real Madrid this season. And I believe so far the way he's going, the way he has started the season, Kylian Mbappé is going to deliver a lot for Real Madrid this season. So congratulations to Kylian Mbappé, who have equaled Thierry Henry's record. And I believe the next match the French national team will be playing, he will surpass Thierry Henry. And I said at this point, good luck and congratulations to Kylian Mbappé. Okay, there is one player in the Chelsea squad. I mean, his situation is now becoming worrisome to the Chelsea board, and the player in question is not actually making it look easy for Chelsea. Chelsea have been trying to see how they can settle the situation surrounding Raheem Sterling. But Raheem Sterling in question, because of his decision to remain in London, is not making it easy for Chelsea. And it is understandable, because so far he's still tied down on contract with Chelsea. Here's the latest report, because Chelsea was trying to see how they can actually reach an agreement in order to terminate Raheem Sterling's contract. But so far, Raheem Sterling is not making it easy. Check this out. Chelsea could offer Raheem Sterling a £10 million payment to terminate his deal at Stamford Bridge. That was coming from Football Insider. And Sam Mokbel of the BBC went to say this. There now appear to be a reluctance from Chelsea to pay Raheem Sterling up. He appears reluctant to give Chelsea an easy route out of their agreement. Both stands are somewhat understandable. And Goalside went on to say this. There appear to be a reluctance from Chelsea, £30 million remaining on contract, to pay Sterling up. And Sterling appears reluctant to give Chelsea an easy route out of their agreement. I mean, there has to be an agreement between Chelsea and Raheem Sterling. Goalside made us understand that what is remaining for Raheem Sterling is around £30 million, but Chelsea were willing to pay £10 million to actually terminate the English international contract with the club. But so far, as it is, there's reluctance in both sides, and I can understand on the side of Chelsea. In as much as Raheem Sterling is still tied down to contract at Chelsea, paying him £30 million, man, that is quite huge. Chelsea were willing to pay $10 million, but it looks like Raheem Sterling is not willing to accept that offer. Probably it might see that it's too small because he still have contract tied down at Chelsea, and its sum total of that money will definitely get to around £30 million. So what we are looking at this point in time is how both parties, both Chelsea and Raheem Sterling, can actually reach an agreement in order to see how this will go smoothly for both parties. So as it stands, Chelsea and Raheem Sterling are both reluctant in reaching an agreement of that particular contract. So we hope to see how this will play out in the coming days. If Chelsea and Raheem Sterling will definitely reach an agreement, but I hope to see this being settled out amicably and both parties can go separate ways, because as it stands now, as Enzo Maresca described it, Raheem Sterling is in the bomb squad, and the bomb squad have nothing in common with the first team. They are not even in the team B. They are not even training with any of the facilities. They are bomb squad, and as such, Chelsea, they are out of favor, or they are out completely from Chelsea plan, but still contracted to the club, and the club owes them that obligation to always pay their wage. But Chelsea is looking for how to see how they can actually sort that of Raheem Sterling. It's not only Raheem Sterling that is in the bomb squad. Desasi is there. That Fofana is also there. Those are the three players that were listed in the bomb squad. But we hope to see how this of Raheem Sterling, who actually earned roughly £325,000 weekly, be sorted out. That's a huge amount of money being paid to a player who is doing absolutely nothing. But will you blame the player? Not at all. That was an agreement reached, and that was the contract signed by Raheem Sterling with Chelsea Football Club. Okay, let's look at one man talking about Jamie Carragher, and let's hear what Jamie Carragher has to say about Ruben Amorim, the Manchester United manager. Take a look at this report from Goalside, credited to Jamie Carragher. Jamie Carragher on Ruben Amorim. When you look at the results, they are horrendous. If Amorim wasn't so charismatic and a good-looking man, he might have lost his job earlier. If he was winning, we will all be thinking he is a great character and personality. That is a jab, man. Jimmy Carragher have just taken a jab on Ruben Amorim. But it's funny though. It's actually funny. Let me just give my honest opinion in this. Jamie Carragher is actually spot on this one. The results quite well with Manchester United, and as Ruben Amorim as the manager is quite horrendous. The results are not forthcoming. It actually just shows that from what Jamie Carragher said, Ruben Amorim is a very charismatic manager and good looking. I don't see how that translates to giving Manchester United as a football club the required results they need, match in, match out, and also how that translates to winning titles. That is not what Manchester United fans are looking for. They are not looking for a charismatic manager or a good-looking manager. Manchester United are looking for a manager that can give them results week in, week out. And so far, Is Ruben Amorim giving Manchester United that required result the way they would have wanted it? The answer is no. The result is not forthcoming. They started the campaign not so well. So far, there are 3 EPL matches Manchester United have played. They drew with Fulham 1-1. They lost to Arsenal 1-0, and they got a last gap penalty against Burnley to defeat Burnley 3-2. And it was looking like they have defeated a club that will make them stand a chance to win the EPL title. It was so disgusting to see. But anyway, Burnley are part of the EPL team. And what was important was that they got the 3 points in that particular game. So let's end the video on this, because personally, I don't know how to describe this about Neymar Jr. Would I say it's grace that has found Neymar, or is it favor that has actually found Neymar Jr.? Neymar Jr. have inherited a will of 846 million pounds from a Brazilian businessman who actually have shown love to Neymar and his family. Check the report from Mirror Football. Neymar has reportedly inherited 846 million pounds from a billionaire's will. The Brazilian businessman who never met him admire his family bond and choose him as heir. Court still need to clear it before Neymar gets the fortune. Wow, this is it's quite amazing to hear. But one thing first, like the common saying will always go, Neymar Jr. Might not have been so rich like this businessman, but Neymar Jr., with the kind of contract he has had, most especially his move from Barcelona to PSG, Neymar Jr. is not hungry. What's happened here is just, in my opinion, grace found Neymar Jr. Favor found him, located him, and is now dwelling with him. A businessman in Brazil saw Neymar as an heir to all his properties, and Neymar Jr. will be inheriting 846 million pounds subject to court approval. And once that is approved by a court in Brazil, Neymar Jr. will have possession of that fortune. I want to say this. It's a good one to see that the billionaire has actually found Neymar Jr. to inherit his property, making him an heir to willing his properties to him. An asset worth of 86 million pounds. I mean, all I can say is congratulations to Neymar. And one day I wish somebody somewhere also will definitely make me an heir to a huge sum of money like this. What do you make of all the letters I've brought to you in the world of football? Drop your comments down below. Thank you very much for watching, and catch you in my next video. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bye.